let's just get right to the chord progression. First off, you start with the D major chord. A D major chord is a 4-note chord typically. It's the 4th string, 3rd, 2nd, and 1st. However, you can throw in the 5th string, and if you are an experienced player and want to wrap your thumb around the top of the neck, then you can strike all 6 strings. I think on this song it's not as important to wrap your thumb. That gives you a big sound, but I don't think it's really necessary, so just play regular D. I'll let the 5th string ring, because the A in the D chord is a chord tone. It's the 5th on the bottom. So it does give it a big sound already, so there's no real need to have the F sharp on the bottom with your thumb. You just let that go. Next chord is an A major. Now, A major, I've always done it this way, ever since I started playing the guitar, where I go 2, 1, and 3. Remember that no matter how you do A, all 3 fingers have to be on the same fret. Students will do a 1, 2, 3 fingering in a row, as you see, or they will do a 2, 3, 4. Now, that's seemed way out of line, but it's really not the worst idea in the world at the beginning stages, because when you get to chords like B flat, where you have to bar with your index, then you've already got half of that chord covered. Students who don't do that, when it comes time to learn B flat, they want to quit playing because it's a difficult chord. Okay, so D and A. Now, the next chord is F sharp minor. Now, this is a full bar chord. You put your finger across all 6 strings on fret 2, but I want you to realize that you really only have to hold down 4 strings. You hold down the top 3 and then the bottom 6th string, because these 2 fingers, your pinky and your 3rd finger, are covering a fret above the 2nd fret. They're on the 4th fret. You do not have to use a lot of pressure. The more pressure you use sometimes, the worse the chord's going to sound. As if pressing down notes on a guitar, unless you have a really low quality guitar, is not a matter of strength only. It's a matter of where your fingers are positioned. So remember that. 3rd chord, F sharp. 4th chord, the 4th chord is E major. That's a chord you're going to play a lot on a guitar because it's got a lot of open strings in it. You have to do those stops. I'm going to show you one other way to play this song that might be easier for you beginners or intermediates, is the Capo on fret 2. Now you're putting your guitar into a higher key. D turns into C, A turns into G, F sharp minor turns into E minor, E turns into D. So you could almost turn this into a play to the right type of song, basically. If you want to get carried away, instead of doing D the traditional way, or regular D or the suspended D, you could do a D with an F sharp and a bass. You could split the chord, the splitter. Splitter. the old splitter roll. So C, so taking E minor and splitting it turns into D F sharp. I kind of like that sound. So those are just different ways that I would probably interpret the song. You have to remember that you're one guitar and you're trying to compete with, let me see, the voices, a choir, piano, synthesizer, bass effects, castanets, and a drum kit. I mean, seriously, you're not going to compete. So you have to come up with another way. I would not worry about playing it exactly like the recording. I would try to get the beginning. You're capoed on 2. Okay, if you want to go back to the traditional way, which is definitely harder. There's one section of the song that changes slightly. If you're capoed, you're going to go C, D. If you're in a regular, no capo version, this be, you're going to skip F sharp minor. Thank God, I'm sure some of you say. D, A, B. There's so much you can do with the different textures that you learn playing the guitar. No matter how much you know, always try to push yourself forward with rhythms and patterns to make these songs more interesting. It's up to your creative ability and for you to really interpret the song the way you want to. Don't be afraid to alter the tempo of songs or to alter the key. Of course, a lot of times you'll have to alter the key because this is a guy singing. If you have a female singing, it is a good chance that you're going to capo, let me say 5. If a female has a really high voice, you could go 7. There's an endless amount of rhythms you can do with this song. So have fun with it. And remember that there's nothing wrong with 4 chords if they're put together right. You can make a lot of money if you're lucky. If not, then you'll be lucky playing other people's songs with 4 chords in them. Okay, I'll see you next time. And remember to like, subscribe, and stop back, because I'll be back with another song as soon as I find one. And it could be any time. It could be as I'm walking out the door, but probably not, because it's really late. It's 11 o'clock. All right, guys, I'll see you next time. Thank you.